All right, so it is the next morning here. Try to get this lifted up, pushed forward here, but JC came and picked up a frame that I have. It's got A-ride suspension. I bought this and sold it to him before I bought this truck, so I'm waiting for the guy that I bought this from to get another one that has A-ride on it, and I'll just get the A-ride suspension from that. But he's gonna help me. I bought 60 foot of for a 3-inch channel for the beams crossed, and 20 foot for the channels going down. So, and then the local scrapyard has brand new pieces. I don't know what they were from. Well, not brand new, but they're new to me. And they're good shape for the beams here go down. So 4-inch. So he's coming down his rollback now, and we'll get it done. All right, well, JC just left. Got the bed slid up for me. Got it up on blocks so I can work on this tail. So this will show me where I need to cut it at, tilt it down, and then I got truck frame that's gonna extend this out for the tail. I like it. I think it's gonna turn out well. It's gonna be a long truck. I think it was 20 foot deck, 7 or 8 foot tail. So it's definitely gonna be, that's gonna be 30, under 40. Did pick up all the C channel today. So I got 60 feet of 3-inch and 20 feet of the 5-inch. 5 inches for this, 3 inches for the rest. The dovetail sitting over there. I'm just gonna give it to, well, JC wants it, but I'm not gonna use it. I think I'm just gonna build all new with the new rear plate. It'd be better than trying to cut it all apart, and at least and then I want to do tail lights like he's got on that. Make this thing look nice with some strobe lights, you know. So I'm gonna go eat lunch, come back out, and might have to run down to the scrapyard and pick up with the rest of the stuff I need here. All right, so we said we got pushed back forward as we can. I did end up picking up a 12-inch C channel and some 4-inch to make it as the full back of the dovetail, make it as strong as I can. I mean, I'm telling you, if you're making a project like this, definitely check out a local scrapyard first, because I mean, I got almost 14 feet of 12-inch C channel for about $100, and that, I mean, I think that right there, 10 foot, I believe was $190. So definitely big savings. So now the next thing to do is pick up a frame for the back half so I can just slice it right there. 8-inch or 8-foot dovetail, and I think it'd turn out nice. And then I might do stacks up to the bulkhead or something. I don't know yet. But it's getting late in the day here. I'm working on getting the frame now. Once I get the frame, then we'll start on the back and start building that. All right, draining the tanks right now. Getting ready to put a new governor on. So I believe that one's bad. It's not kicking on the compressor. I did buy a rebuild kit for the top end of the compressor, but it won't be here for a bit. So we're gonna try this first before I go tearing it all apart. It's not wanting to purge at all, so there's no signal from the governor to the purge over there, purge solenoid over there to allow it to purge. So I'm assuming something's messed up in that. So we're gonna change it out and see if that works. All right, so I got the governor on here, and I replaced the, if you can see it, the connector on the air clutch fan. So we're gonna start this thing up and see if we start building air pressure. It's gonna get a little loud buzzer-wise, but I hope first off it'll probably help if I shut the tanks. All right, the tank's right here. All right, grab the piece here so I don't drive on it. All right. Bring it back when it builds up. Alright. Hopefully it purges now. Still did not purge. I don't get that. Level is staying consistent now. That's better than it was doing. Let me try to put it in. It starts building right away, kinda. Maybe the air compressor is getting weak. I don't know. The air compressor should be between 100 and 125. I mean, it definitely gets past that. Well, I guess I'll continue to figure it out. That was the cheapest way I could, Oh! It purged. It finally purged. Woo! Glad that's fixed. Alright, so I drove down the road and everything like that. Actuated brakes multiple times. And now we're actually coming up to it and purging. So it's actually building air. Speed it up a little bit. My bumper's a little messed up, but it should burn soon. Any minute. Oh. When I wait for it, it doesn't do it. Oh, it should be coming up the same. It's working now. It's up to the pace, so I'm happy with that. I got it flipped around here, so I can start on this. Gonna pick up a frame tomorrow, 10-foot section. That way I can make the dovetail. So, holding air perfectly. So, tell you what, the thing I need to get with this is, I need to get some air horns. So that's my next thing. But I'm done for the night, and I'll get back on it in the morning. Alright, so I got everything cleaned up here so I can get stuff moved around, truck turned around. I picked up another frame here. So now I'm gonna use this frame. This is a 10-foot section and a 3-foot section. So probably what I'll do is take it right here and start that dovetail back right there. That way I still got room to put some fish plate in there. And I won't have to worry about it. This was the back of a frame off. I'm not sure what it was off of. I can't remember. But I could definitely use it. So and it gives me 2 cross members. But sweet. Okay, so what I'm gonna do? They moved the axle out of the way. I guess this is what this one was. So what I'll do is probably take this one apart, put it on this, and then that way I can just shorten it from this. But it works perfectly. Alright, so I got that frame separated. These are the old 2 cut-off pieces. Whew, moving the steel around got me wore out. Got 3 cross members. Took the cross member off of here so that I can, when I cut it, I can add them back in. And then picked up some of this 2-inch flat stock 1/4 inch. And then picked up some of, ooh, if I can grab it. This is 8.3 outdoor rated cord. Picked up 60 feet of that at our local scrapyard to make a welding cord out of. So I ordered some connectors that are waterproof, like RVs, so I can use it on my welder. I can bring it out here from the garage and be able to use my plasma cutter, my welder, and everything out here. So I feel that's going to work good for me. So that's probably first thing I'm going to do is probably wipe this down, mark it, then probably get that cable built so that I can use my plasma cutter if the rain holds up. So this is a 10-foot section. I got it marked out at 7 right there. Probably what I'm gonna do is 7-foot dovetail, and I'm gonna have the frame match it with it. So let's get to it. All right, so I haven't had power in this garage, and I finally took the time to do it. That's my tarp pulled down because today's been pretty windy. But this is just a little cut 50 I got off of I got this off of Amazon, I think. And I was seeing if it would I got 220 out here, got my air compressor, seeing if it would cut this frame, I mean, I'm not the best. I haven't used it much, but to me, put this in my hand a little better. Oh, I like this. Man, this is gonna make life easier. Okay, so I still gotta cut this panel, but first what I'm gonna do is mark out the center line of where that is, so I can transfer it to the bottom, so my measurement on top is the same as the bottom. I did pick up some flat stock 2-inch, 1/4-inch flat stock to go under there. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I've got all the steel I need. Now I gotta do it. So let me get some measurements out, find out where everything's gonna sit. I think this is where the bed's gonna be. That way I can build this tail, and then we'll start building. Once we get this tail built, or this end of this frame, I don't have to yell now. Once we get that built, it's gonna go a lot smoother because I can fine tune everything off of that. But I got 5-inch C-channel, a bunch of 3-inch. I got 4-inch, the 10 1/4 frame rail, cutoffs, cross members. So let's get to it and let's start cutting these off so I can get these set up and put back on. All right, I also went down to a local welding shop, got me a set of gloves, nothing fancy, and some limestone. I'm pretty sure soapstone, that's what it is. Then I went down to the Hobo Freight, as JC calls it, and got a bunch of grinding discs. I mean, $6, so I haven't had an issue with them yet. They wear down about the same. I bought a bunch of DeWalt ones and stuff, and always had issues, so I started buying Diablo, and they're expensive. So, and with these truck frames, you're cut right there, and then I got some discs to smooth it out. I got a big wire brush stuff, but I needed some gloves because I didn't have any. So I guess now we'll just measure, get the center line, that way I can cut, and then the other one get cut. I have it written down on how it's going to be done. It was going to be like cut this way, the other one will be cut the same. Now I'm lost on how I was going to do it. Oh, that's right, it's going to be this way and this way, and that will allow me to fold them down. So I guess let's get at it. I mean, me talking's not gonna get the project done, so hopefully I can get all this on the back of here and some cross members, because I got 2 here I can put on, and there's 2 holes there for one, so that would be my first one technically, and then my other one was here, I believe. Yeah, I believe it was here. So that will allow me to at least get it somewhat straight. And then once I put it on there, I'll also tack on some support to help it until I can get everything all together. So let's get at it. All right, so we are all cut at 7 degrees. I tried using a plasma cutter, it cut it, but when I broke my hand, I lost my stability in it, and I tried putting a plate down to make it a guide, but it wasn't arcing, so I didn't have anything plastic to really put down that was that you use for a guide. So I kind of used the cutoff wheel, which it took a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is just go back and clean all these up, and then we'll get these. I'll build a stand, maybe one on that, and then on something on another. That way I can draw it out, cut it, and then we can just butt it up to this. I got adjustable jack stands. We can butt it up to this and attack it, and then hopefully we can have something by the end of the day, hopefully. All right, so I've got all this cleaned up. Edges all beveled. Probably get more of aggressive bevel to it, but this is the start down. I think I actually cut it pretty good. I mean, there's a little spot on it. I would need to fix up like right here. I tried to plasma cut it and it didn't work good. So now, little spots right there, clean them up, and then we'll get this put up on something I can rest it on and start cutting. All right, so I could probably take this down now, but today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get these rails up on something, probably this, and I got another one, just so I'm off the ground and I can mark and cut. I'm gonna use this side. This is straight, so that other side was cut at an angle. It ain't gonna hurt anything, so I guess I just gotta make sure I cut it in the right direction it needs to go. But I cleaned these up yesterday and beveled them, and I'll clean them up more once I get ready to weld, and then we'll get them up on there. I do need to cut these down to length, so I need to get it cut first and then do a test and just see how I like it, if I want 7 foot or if I want 8 foot. All right, so I practiced on this plasma cut a little bit. This is 7 foot. That white line right there is 8 foot, so I went about a ½ inch over. A little squiggly on the line, but I wanted to get this tail end off so I could actually see how this is looking, if I want 8 foot or 7. But I figured I'd show you. It's like I said, it's just one of those little cut 50s. If I had something to guide it on, it would work a lot better, but for some reason I put a thin sheet of metal that I have somewhere right there, and it won't even start an arc. So I'm thinking it's trying to arc with that piece of metal instead of trying to arc with this one. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, I've cut it. I'm guessing there's a couple spots that didn't get cut all the way through, so I'm gonna go back and do some of them, but I figured I'd at least show you what I got going on there. All right, so we got the first one set here, just tacked in. So the way I've got it is this is gonna be 8 foot. I still have a little bit chop off, but I want to try to keep it just in case. But right here is a halfway mark between the bottom of this and up, okay? Because this is gonna be slanted. So what I did was I'll have 7 inches on that height, so that plus that's 12. So what I'll do is be able to set that rear 12 foot or 12 inch C channel on it, and then that will be just high enough, and then come up high enough that it would also meet the railing, the subframe or subframe rails, and be good. So that's how I'm doing it. So I got this one tacked in. It is straight, best I can get it. Doing measurements, whatever. So what I'll do next is, I got this one tacked in. We're gonna set this one up on there. I got 20 inches ground clearance to the rear. So we're gonna set this one up on there, get it all situated straight. I'll tack it, and then we'll go through and put cross members in. 2 of them, probably one up front, one back here. And that should pull it together and make it pretty well straight. Then I can clean the bed off right there a little bit, set the bed down, and start building all the rails. All right, after some cussing and fighting, trying to figure this thing out, I finally got it. I got one side tacked on here. They give me 20 inch ground clearance. Other side I just got sitting up on there. I don't have tacked in yet. I got a pretty well good butt. Did bevel. We are centered. So let's try to do this without knocking this over. Let's go down here. It looks like we're not level. So we're centered up there, but we're not level down here. Where are we at? Right there. So this side needs to come down. Okay. I based it off the ground stuff, so the ground's gonna be on level. But the frame up there is level. This is level up there. Oh, now it's showing level. Now it's showing level. What the? Oh, it might have had something underneath it. Oh, we're good. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna continue. We're gonna tack it, all good. Throw the cross members in, get them tightened together. We should be good. All right, got the cross members in. I know the front one's upside down. I didn't recognize it. It's all right. It's just to hold it in place. I could put one in the rear. I do have another one. I gotta find some bolts. But that holds the front together and then back towards the rear together. I've got it tacked on. So I'm gonna do some measurements, make sure it's straight. As far as I know, I measured from here to here in the center, both sides, and that's how I got the measurement on that one. And I mean, they look almost dead on. And that cross member being there is gonna definitely make a difference. So what I'll do is take another cross member, flip it on its back, and then bolt them together. Try to bolt them together. I might have to make a like maybe a taper or something right there. I don't know. I have to see. But that might strengthen it pretty well. So I don't think I'm gonna have any issues back here. But yeah, so far I'm happy with it. I'm gonna get it nice and warm and start welding it in. That way it will hold its own weight. All right, I got the first pass on this side. First pass on this side. So now what I'm gonna do is grind it flat and put another stitch on top of it. I have to go down and get some welding wire though, running out. All right, so I grinded this one down flat. We're gonna go over it again and just keep filling it in and getting it hot. I gotta change over my wire real quick. I got new wire. Using 0.35, so leave this wire in here. Oh, yeah, we're good. All right, so I'm gonna chop this off and get new ones ran through. All right, wires installed. So let me get back to welding this thing. I got the strap here just to kind of keep it from warping it when I go to weld it hot. I don't think it's needed. There's no pressure on it. It's just holding it just in case of my truck. So just want to be safe than sorry, I guess. I mean, these things turned out perfect. I ran levels on them side to side. I made sure this one was the same as this one level wise. I ran a tape measure from up there to back here, tape measure from the other side to the back here. Then I took this post, clamped it to the side. It's straight. I mean, it's not moving anywhere. Measured off there, The inside up there, I mean, we're perfect. I did that on both sides. I think I'm okay. So we're gonna continue